Snagrets. Why did it have to be Snagrets? Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. It's good to see you again. Yeah, today I'm just out looking for treasure. Actually, an ancient artifact said to wield immense power. But currently I've been stopped in my tracks by a nest of burrowing Snagrets. So, in the meantime, I'm just gonna sit here and think of a way through, and maybe ask myself, what would the brave Captain Indiana Olimar do in this very same situation?
Pikmin 2! Pikmin 2! Pikmin 2! What a game! What a way to piss me off! But we'll get to that. Pikmin 2 is the third game I played in the Pikmin series, and unlike 1, I played the Wii version of 2. I didn't actually know the GameCube version existed for the longest time. I have some not so great memories with this game compared to the first, but I was bad at games back then, and still am now, so on my journey to review and replay the entire series, we're now going to be playing through and talking about Pikmin 2. Oh boy. I just have to say really quickly, I love the title screen music in this game, and I mean love the title screen music. It gives off such a great vibe, and every single time I hear it, I just want to go on an adventure. Jumping into the game, we are shown Captain Olimar returning home after a long 12 days stuck on the Pikmin planet. He lands his ship at his place of work and finds out that his new co-worker, Louie, was attacked by a ravenous space bunny while on a job, and it ate all of the golden Pick brand carrots that he had on hand. And now, the company is in debt, and he has to pay off the 10,000 Pokos in order to keep the company in business. After selling off Olimar's ship and a bottle cap he brought home from his son, he and Louie are sent off back into space to go and get treasure. Without even getting to say hi to his family, Olimar is right back out in space. I just want to mention real quick that that bottle cap was worth more than a year's salary. That either makes Pokos worth like nothing, or worth a lot. Like, is 0.10 Poco the cost of bread or something? I have no idea. I just find it interesting. But anyways, it looks like it's time for Olimar to hang up his FedEx hat and don the fedora as the newer, braver, treasure hunterer, Captain Indiana Olimar. Once Olimar and Louie return to the planet, they hit a tree and Louie is sent flying. We then see some red Pikmin beating up a dwarf ballboard, which is neat. These guys have some autonomy now, and they can kind of survive on their own a bit, which I think is just really cool. But, soon after, Olimar and Louie reunite, and they find their first piece of treasure, the courage... Oh, no.
Oh no! Those bastards at Nintendo! They removed the product placement from the Wii and GameCube versions to the Switch version! No!
That's right. In the Wii and GameCube versions of this game, we had product placement, Duracell batteries, Snapple bottle caps, and much, much more. And it's all gone in the Switch version, and I am sad! I know it's dumb, but I think it was a really cool oddity of the old game, and I wish it had returned in the recent re-release. It's not a big deal at the end of the day, but I still don't have to like it. I mean, it makes the line from the ship where it says, oh yeah, the ship talks, by the way, make less sense when it says, let me be the one to come up with the names for these hit products. But after gathering the non-Duracell battery, we take off into space and get to look at the new map screen, which I think is both better and worse than the original. I think it looks a lot better, but it's not as fun to fly around on. The next morning, when you return to the planet, you will inevitably stumble across the very first cave.
I wish I was in a cave. Instead I'm in this shitty shelter I built. I get it!
The caves are a very hot topic in the Pikmin fandom. Some people love them, some people don't, and all I have to say about them is... I am totally in a middle ground to these. On one hand, exploring these underground pits of terror is really fun for like 75% of the game, and the random layouts on the floors make no two playthroughs really the same. But when you get to the part when bombs or enemies or just rocks fall out of the sky on top of all of your guys and kill them, and there's really nothing you could have done about it, then I get mad. I find the harder caves not hard because the game balances them well and they're a test of my skills. I find the hard caves hard when I spawn on the floor and immediately a Wollywog crushes a bunch of my guys, as I'm trying to just look around, or a bomb falls out of the sky and kills all my Pikmin and I have to reset. The game saves after every floor, so you can just close the game and reload it if anything bad happens. And on this playthrough, I spent approximately 17 hours playing this game. And on my save file, it says I played for a little over 14. I spent at least 3 hours just resetting the game and reloading floors. That's mostly due to the introduction of two new Pikmin types found only in the caves. The purple and white Pikmin. Purples can carry up to the weight of 10 Pikmin, but they are fat and slow. They also have a Stunlock Slam attack, which is the most busted move in the game. And they are the main reason I reset, because they're only found in the caves, and have that awesome death combo. But the main reason why is in the last area, the Wistful Wilds, there is a treasure that takes 100 purple Pikmin to carry, and that's a hard number to get. I just can't stand losing them because I don't want to have to come back and get more. But whites, yeah, let them die.
Nah, I say let it die. Let it die, let it die, let it shrivel up.
White Pikmin are insanely fast, and they're also immune to poison, and they also have the ability to dig up hidden treasures. So they're like really useful, and I really like having them, but I'm just not going to restart a whole floor if one dies. Plus, with the two new types, we also have the other three returning from the first game. Reds, yellows, and blues. Reds are still immune to fire, blues water, but yellows have actually gained the ability of electric resistance. Electricity being the most unbalanced thing ever. It's the only hazard that instantly kills any type that's not yellow. Holy shit does lightning scare me in this game. I get so nervous when I'm around it, knowing if the thing goes off, my Pikmin are all gonna die right away. I hate it. I hate it and it sucks. And I'm so glad it got nerfed in Pikmin 3. Music to my ears. Not music to my ears. Just having these two new types of Pikmin plus all the returning ones is really cool. And it makes me all the madder when there's just this dumb orange Bulborb sitting there at the start of the Snaggered Hole and I can't kill it for no good reason. I can't kill this orange Bulborb for some reason, and it's pissing me off for some reason. And it was at this point I decided that I was going to genocide the entire orange Bulborb race. If there's an orange Bulborb, I am going to kill it. And I am happy to say I did just that. Excluding that orange Bulborb that spawns at the top of the Snaggered Hole, at the end of every cave, there's actually a boss fight. And these are awesome. They're all against either a new or returning boss from the first game. And I love the designs, I love the fights, and I love the fact that after you beat them, you get an upgrade, like an eraser that makes you immune to electricity. It's awesome, and they're really fun to fight, except for the third Empress Ballback's fight at the end, near the end of the Hole of Heroes. God, that one sucks. She spawns these little larva things that are like insanely hard to kill with Pikmin. They'll eat one at least. And then when she does her roll around attack, rocks fall out of the sky and crush you. I hate it! But that's not to take away from just how many cool boss fights these caves have. And I love all of them. It's really satisfying seeing your Pokos go up as you collect treasures. But not too long after you start, you repay the debt and blast off back into the stars. And realize that you left Louie behind. And you get to see this awesome credit sequence where Louie's just wandering around the planet trying to survive, and it's just really funny. But there's still more to the game after this. You return home and tell the president that there's more treasure on the planet, and when he calls for Louie, who isn't there... I love that every time, it's my favorite part, it's just so funny to me. But with no Louie, the president decides to come with you instead. I love the writing in this game, it's just super funny. All of the charming cutscenes, the president saying Louie, and the ship talking are just so funny to me. Not even to mention the Piccolopedia or the Treasure Hoard, where Olimar goes on these lengthy scientific talks about the enemies, and Louie talks about cooking and eating them. Oh man. This Bulborb's meaty flakes make for a salacious, savory steaks that shouldn't be missed. Yeah. That's what they deserve. I hope Louie ate all of those orange Bulborbs I killed. Well, after returning to the planet with the president to look for treasure and Louie, we unlock the forest area. Now is probably a good time to talk about those areas. The starting area, the Valley of Repose, is a snowy tundra that is really atmospheric. The second is the Awakening Wood, and... wait a second. This is just the Forest of Hope again. Look, up where the blue onion is, it's where you fight the first armored cannon beetle. And there used to be a pond here. Wow. Things have changed drastically since the last time we were here. Wait, what about the next area, the perplexing pool? It's the distant spring. And the wistful wild is the impact site. This is awesome. I love exploring these familiar locations all over again, but with a ton of changes and a new twist. It's some of my favorite things in level design. Each area is a remixed, remade version of the areas from Pikmin 1, with enough changes to make them feel like all new levels. I love this! But that begs the question, what about the Forest Navel? Well, there's a theory that the Forest Navel is hidden deep under this giant manhole in the Valley of Repose. There'll be a link to a funny video about it in the description. And I think that the idea of Olimar revisiting the locations that he already explored in the first game is just really smart. I think it fits with his character. He's kind of a smart guy, right? Going back to the thing, I think it just makes sense. And the music in all of these areas, and even in the caves, is really good. I think I like Pikmin 2's music more than the first game, but I loved the first game's music as well. They're just both such good soundtracks that, I don't know, they're both great. But I think I like Pikmin 2's just a bit more. But, after Olimar and the President complete a bunch of caves, you are inevitably left with two. The Hole of Heroes, a 15-floor gauntlet of tough enemies and returning bosses, and the Dream Den, location of Louie and the final boss, the Titan Dweevil. These caves don't necessarily have to be your last though. Other than a few times, you can really tackle any cave in any order you want. So that's really cool. After killing the Titan Dweevil, we retrieve Louie, otherwise known as the King of Bugs, who may have been controlling the creature, which is kind of crazy. And after retrieving Louie and all of the treasures, we blast off back home, and we finally end Pikmin 2. For reals this time. There is so much to like about this game. The better controls, the better Pikmin AI, more cool enemies, and so much more. But the growing flaws of the enemy placement and level design being more focused on combat than ever can really be a turnoff for me. When dumb BS happens, it doesn't make me feel like I had a proper challenge, it just pisses me off. If you play this game, which I totally recommend you do, Do not play it nonstop for 3 days, 5 hours at a time like I did. Please, save your sanity and do other things and break it up over the course of a week or so. There's no time limit anymore, and time doesn't pass underground, so there is really no rush. But all I've talked about so far is the main campaign. There's actually 2 other side modes left that I have yet to mention. First off, we have Challenge Mode, which is returning from Pikmin 1, and it's way better this time. I'm telling you, I filmed a lot of Challenge Mode for Pikmin 1, and I forgot to put it in my last video, so I'm going to include it here. Pikmin 1 Challenge Mode Review, Speedrun. Pikmin 1 Challenge Mode Review Speedrunning is one of the most highly contested categories in all of speedrunning. There had never been a run so perfect, so divine, until one runner stepped up to the challenge and managed to take the world record that had never been taken before. This is that run. You play through remixed stages with new enemy placements and object placements in order to grow the most Pikmin in one day, and it's fine, but I've never really liked Challenge Mode in Pikmin 1. But anyways, in Pikmin 2, oh boy, this is way cooler now. You have a time limit on each floor of a cave, and you need to collect as much treasure as possible and a key in order to descend deeper and get more points. This is way better, and each challenge gives you different layouts and Pikmin to work with. And it's way more fun. You can also tackle these in local co-op with your friends and family, and it's a blast. If you haven't played it, you really should. It is super, super fun. But there is not only challenge mode, but also a 2-player battle mode. Yes, please! 2-player battle mode? Man, I love 2-player battle mode. You know what, since I'm still trying to figure out how to get through the staggered fields on my path to finding that ancient treasure of immense power, I might as well just go home, call up some friends, and play some 2-player battle mode. I kind of forgot I don't have any friends who like Pikmin. What if I tell just a little lie, like Louie did? Hello. If you come over, we have juice and Halo.
Oh man, that's sick.
Since when have you been here?
Oh dude, I've been here like 4 days.
Hi. Hi. You said there's Halo and juice?
Yeah, I drank all the juice.
Actually, we were just about to play some Pikmin 2.
Pikmin 2? Screw you guys. I'm leaving.
Looks like just you and me are gonna play Pikmin 2 battle mode, Zach.
Pikmin 2 battle mode? I didn't know we were gonna play Pikmin 2 battle mode.
In 2-player battle mode, you and your friends fight over who is the first to collect 4 yellow marbles or capture your opponent's marble. And it's so fun. Made even funner by the fact that you can get Cupid's grenades on the field, which just give you a special power, like dropping rocks from the sky, or giving you more Pikmin, or just spawning a volatile Dweevil on the other captain. It's so fun and absolutely not fair, but that is the whole point of the game, and it is literally my favorite part of Pikmin 2. There is one last thing that I have yet to mention, and it is about the campaign, and I forgot to add it in the last section, so I'm just going to add it in here. In Pikmin 2, you have the addition of 2 captains, and some people say it makes multitasking way easier, but I've never really seen it. It's definitely better and easier to multitask, but just having one captain sit there and wait, sometimes for a task or have both waiting for 2 tasks to be done, can speed up the process, but you can't move the other captain at the same time. You have to switch between the 2 or bring them both as a group, which is a feature that they really expand on in Pikmin 3, but we'll get to that there. And I still think it's better, but it's not the most refined or most well executed feature in this game. It's still better than Pikmin 1, but knowing what comes after, it's hard for me to look back and say this was the peak of the multi-captain system. And that's my thoughts on Pikmin 2. I want to end on another story real quick. I just, really wanted this game when I was a kid. And one day I was out of town and saw it at the video game store and asked my mom for it, but she said no, we couldn't afford it at the time. But 10 years later, I asked for it for my birthday, and I got it. It was used, and it was just the disc in a CD case. But it's still one of the best birthday presents I've ever gotten. Thanks, Mom.
Pikmin 2 is a totally new experience compared to the first game, and I think it's super fun, and I love it. It's not my favorite in the series, but there is so much to like about it, and I think that if you liked the first game, you'll probably like this one too, and if you didn't like the first game due to being timed, you might like this game instead. And hey, it's on Switch now, so there's no better time than now to go out and give it a shot. But the map screen's still less fun to fly on, 0 to 10. But you can also make the title screen say Nintendo and eat a bunch of Pikmin as a red billboard. 10 out of 10. Best game.
Sup peeps, N-Card Bardy here, just coming to let you know that I will be starting my streams for Pikmin 3 starting Thursday, June 6th, probably around 2 p.m. PST. So if you're interested, please come check it out. You can also go watch my previous video of Pikmin 1. Linked it's on the screen, I think, hopefully, probably, maybe. And thanks to my boys Zach and Chris for helping me film and stuff. And I'll see you in next video. Bye-bye.